Hey guys, welcome back to another week of me trying to be profitable and earn a payout. And this week was another real tough week for me, really struggling to get out of this hole that I'm in, but I'm going to use this extra time that we got from bank holiday on Friday to reevaluate what I've been doing wrong and what I can do better moving forward. But yeah, let's just get into this week's trades. Alright, going into today with it seemed pretty bullish overall. We were retesting this 1 hour order block and seemed to be respecting, and we also developed a SMT for bullish which added on to the bias. Looking at the low term, if I wanted to continue with that bullish bias, then I want to see price break through its 15-minute fair value gap and then go for a retest entry up to the all-time high. And I did want to wait for more confirmation though, because the shit low-key looks pretty chopped. And for this setup I was thinking more in line with the high time confluences, so the 1 hour order block was being respected for bullish, and we did end up breaking past the lower time repeater raise to the buy side, and because of that I decided to place an entry looking for price to retest the inverse imbalances. Price ended up going down, but I placed the wrong order for shorts, which I quickly removed for a loss of 100, and I ended up re-entering into the trade properly this time, and price ended up stalling for a bit, but since where close the market had been, it was pretty risky. Price ended up just vomiting down to hit my stop loss for a quick loss of $300, bringing today's total loss to 400. I think today was pretty mid. I don't know some intricacies which could have shown me how price could have moved. I did however minimize the loss placement as I placed it just below the 5-minute order block. If I had done it like how I did before, probably would have placed a wider like below the hourly order block, which also got stopped out. So I think I placed at a good area where if price swept it would have ran down fully. But what I could have done better, I could have paid more attention to the little things price was showing, like the wicks to the buy side, which shows the declining bullish power. I did note the high time imbalances below, which we could use as a target, but in the moment I was thinking of the immediate time frame alignments, and that caused me to play into the long idea with the 1 hour order block. That way of thinking really limited the possibilities I could have taken, as it made a short seem like it was going against the plan, which when it really wasn't, as shown by the wicks from earlier, plus the 5-minute accumulation range, which price broke down to the sell side and retested. We could have gone for an entry at our optimal trading time at this 5-minute order block overlapped with the 5-minute early golden zone OTE, targeting the LRLs and high time imbalances to the sell side. It was a really clean setup, but the way I was thinking and interpreting prices today made me miss out on that setup. It was a tough one today, but maybe I gotta do is just stay consistent and keep grinding. I'm not gonna get discouraged because I know I'm just gonna continue doing this trading path regardless, and I'd rather be doing it fired up rather than feeling shit because of a few losses. Alright, going into today, what I saw was that we were retesting this daily fair value gap, which was also overlapped with this 1 hour order block, and there was also some news earlier which gave us a nice push down, sweeping out a bunch of low resistance drawline liquidity to the south side in the early time frame, which shows us that we can move higher. And looking deeper, we can see that there wasn't much imbalances apart from the ones above, and I wanted to follow what I learned from my backtesting, so going for a return continuation play. If that was the case, then I wanted to take shorts onto the prominent lows, which did seem more plausible, as we had this overlap of a 15-minute plus 5-minute order block, and I would find it weird if price just tapped the high time frame once, it just bounced off of it, as it usually wants to fill it more. And for this trade I was going for a bearish move. I did account for price being able to tap the 1 hour order block for market open volatility, so I adjusted my stop loss to be above the 1 hour order block, and we were chopping around for a bit until market open, where we got a nice bump up to hit my entry. And the next 5-minute candle did form pretty nicely off us creating a wick and forming within the low time frame imbalances, and because of that I was pretty confident in the setup. The price just kept climbing higher and higher until it hit my stop loss for a loss of 300. And for what I could have done better, I think I relied too much on the 5-minute, because initially I didn't consider longs due to there not being a CISD to the buy side. I did think that was possible on the 1-minute, as there were LRLs to the buy side and also a 5-minute fair value gap which price was retesting into, which shows the bullish power, but still I didn't take it because of the fact that there was no CISD and we could respect the imbalances for bearish. And again, looking back at the backtesting, a lot of my entries I took were using the 1-minute and 5-minute time frames, so me solely relying on the 5-minute and not considering the 1-minute made me deviate from what I practiced. Along with that, the high time frame was also made with a bunch of wicks. At the time there's a candle body on the hourly and 4 hour, but if we waited for confirmation I would have shown that there was going to be a wick and price wouldn't have moved lower. Waiting for more confirmation, we could have aimed for an entry with this 5-minute CISD targeting the breaker plus fair value gap overlap with the 1-minute highlight golden zone. This is a real clean setup that I could have taken had I been more patient and waited, but I cooked for an entry as I adjusted my stop to be wider. I could have done much better today, but there's not much else to say, so we'll just move on to tomorrow. Alright, looking at the high time today, we did just sweep out the all-time high again, so I took note of that, and we had some imbalances below, like the 4 hour and 1 hour fair value gap, which we could retest into. So means the low time we didn't really have much imbalances right now. Price was still moving quite bullish, and we were reacting bullish off the 15 plus 5-minute fair value gap, so it looked like we would sweep out the all-time high again. I wanted to be patient today and wait for a proper setup that gets confirmed with a retest, considering both the high time and low time as well as the market condition with AMD. And for this trade I did wait for a while for a setup, because I was struggling to decide between long with the shorts today. I did have a trade I wanted to go for at the start, which did work out, but I was too slow of calculating the size. But I was pretty lost with the setup out to take, but I ended up choosing to take short since there was a 1 minute CIST to the downside and also a 1 minute order block retest, as well as a 15-minute wick from the candle formation. I ended up getting entered and price did move down in my favor, but since I knew there was also confluences conflicting with my setup, I decided to move my stop loss to break even, which should end up getting hit shortly after. And today there was honestly a great setup for longs. I even saw it with my own eyes, but I didn't take the setup. I don't know what's wrong with me, bro. I honestly feel pretty lost. I can do great the back test, but then coming in today it's like I overthink, or I don't have enough patience, or I just don't see them coming in the moment. I see them real clearly after. Of course anybody can, but I just didn't go for it because I don't know, scared of being wrong, scared of because I don't want to lose. Which I know is not the right mindset. I think it's the losses piling up that makes me think this way, because I haven't been performing well at all recently. I know I can perform well because like the setups are there most days, but I just always miss them or don't catch them. Yeah, I don't know. I shouldn't have expectations. Maybe I'm expecting too much results too quickly and I need to be more patient in general. Alright, so that about does it for this week. You can see I was getting cooked for and just reading price wrong or entering with the wrong timing. It's been tough because I do backtest and reflect and everything, but I'm still struggling to get out of that hole I'm in. I'm going to try reflect again and break down my strategy to see what works and just slowly build up the confidence again. And I'm going to keep grinding until I'm further than where I was before, because I do want to continue moving forward. And I appreciate you guys coming along this journey and watching me progress. But yeah, that about does it for this week's trades. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys are interested, check out me and my friends' Discord. It's just a chill place for everybody to talk and grow as traders, and we're all on that same journey to become traders that we want to become, so join up if you guys are keen. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.